Is that our staging music? Let's go. All right. Oh well. Oh well. Oh boy. I'm tired. How are you? Okay, so we can just kick right into it. Okay, sounds like a plan. Can I? No, I'm still getting into the thing. 2 minutes though. Two seconds. I can. Oh my god, our audio is coming through. My audio is. Mine is.
Welcome to the Starter Sitshow with Jeff Krisko. I'm Evan Hoovler, and back again is Jeff Krisko. Jeff, how you been?
Doing all right. My young dog just started barking at something that I'm not sure what she's barking at, though. Like literally as we were starting, she's very excited about the sit show with Krisko.
She's got fantasy football questions. Get those in the
I
chat if
guess.
you got fantasy football questions. What's her lineup?
I'm build for the puppy bowl. Dogs. I don't know. I'm bad at. I'm bad. No, they're still doing it.
Okay, good.
They're still doing the thing.
That's valuable public service.
Oh, you know what it probably is? There's neighborhood cats that end up in our backyard. That's probably what it is.
Do you need to go check? We got time.
No.
All right.
They're just gonna freak out till they don't see the cat anymore. And if I go down there and stir them up, they're just gonna get more stirred up. So
what's your fantasy football playoff situations?
Bad. I'm in 13 leagues. The Devi League I'm rebuilding, so I consider myself in 12. But I only made the playoffs in 4 of them, so not great. I'm on a bye in 2 of them, and I'm my one league I've set the lineup for, and the other one I was frantically trying to set the lineup, and I realized it was best ball. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. I've got 7th place in about 4 of my leagues, though. Very frustrating. Football Absurdity Experts, I was 4th in points. I was 1st in points and out of the playoffs for most of the year. And then now I'm out of the playoffs and 4th in points. So it's not as frustrating.
That means all 3 of us missed the playoffs.
Yeah, boy. Whoa. Walker made the playoffs. Walker got the 6th seed because I tied with Waleed. I was a half a game behind Walker. If I'd gotten 0.01 more points when I played Waleed, I would be in the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just setting my DraftKings lineup for our football absurdity um league, which I'm gonna put I don't know if this constitutes gambling, but I'm gonna put a link to it in the chat. For our weekly DraftKings line, just for fun, it's just $1, just for funsies. And I'm trying to take out Waleed once again. He because it's his contest and I always beat him, so it's very funny to me.
And you spend all of 5 minutes every Sunday morning working on it.
Yeah, pretty much. I did one while I was in line waiting to get into the 49ers game a few weeks ago. Let's see, who's the Cleveland backup tight end? Actually, no, I already got Elijah Moore in there. Let me talk about my boom players of the week. Hold on. I have them right here. Boom players this week. Very interesting weeks for matchups. Very interesting week for matchups. So I like to look at fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends over the last 5 weeks per game. The top 5 this week. Here are the quarterbacks with the best matchups. I'm not saying these are my boom players. I'm just saying here's a problem. Will Levis, Bryce Young, Mac Jones, Desmond Ridder, and Brock Purdy.
Sounds great.
Who we all saw what happened on Thursday. So the next best matchups, we got Kyler, Kirk Cousins, Cooper Rush, Anthony DeVito. What the hell is Tommy DeVito? Tommy DeVito, my brain always says no, that's not his real name. And then Joe Burrow. So I'm gonna go with my boom player this week. I'm gonna go Kyler Murray against the Patriots. I think that he gets off the mat. He's been struggling recently. But I think that this is kind of a do or die game for the Cardinals. They need this one. So I think that they lean on Kyler Murray quite a bit. And I think that he has a big game in this one. I also think that Kirk Cousins gets off the mat insofar as I was saying on the podcast this week. I was saying I don't think he's startable, but I think he's like 202. You know, I was going to put him in the DraftKings lineup because I was sure he was going to be super cheap. But the problem was that he plays on Monday, so he's not in the main slate, so he's not on the DraftKings lineup. He's not eligible for it. So, other than that, let's see. At wide receiver, I'm really liking in this shootout with Buffalo, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's been struggling lately. We have people in the Discord talking about how they might start Adam Thielen over him this week. Please don't do that. Excuse me. Please don't do that. Your range of possibilities for Amon-Ra St. Brown are much higher than they are for Adam Thielen, and I think we'll see that this week. That means I also like Jameson Williams. I also like the Calvin Ridley against the Bengals in this one, and then the Elijah Moore, actually. Not a boom player this week, but a guy that you can probably feel better about playing. Reason for that is that the Chiefs allow the 3rd highest yards per route run from the slot, and Elijah Moore's run the 3rd most slot snaps this year. And I know that there's issues with Cedric Tillman, which I realized I did not put him on the outs list. Sorry, Cedric Tillman will not be playing this week, Evan, if you want to throw him in there.
Oh,
actually, wait a second. Wait, no. Hold on. Yeah, I sent you the list in the thing. Wait a second. Is Cedric Tillman playing? Oh, my God. I've been seeing a lot of conflicting reports. The Browns ruled out Cedric Tillman with a concussion. Oh, my God. Pop-ups are unstoppable. Cedric Tillman. All right. Cedric Tillman remains in concussion protocol. All right. He's out too. Cedric Tillman. I forgot to add him to the list. So I still like Elijah Moore. They still run him in the slot more often than they don't. For the running backs, we also have another interesting situation with matchups here. You've got Derrick Henry, who's obviously going to go off. He has the best matchup this week. Then the Broncos guys, which spin a wheel. You're more likely to be right than anything else. Flip a 3-sided coin between McLaughlin, Javonte, and Audric Estime. I think it's McLaughlin just because they've played a rotation game the last 3 games, and McLaughlin's done the most with his touches. So I think that it's Chase McLaughlin, but I could be wrong. I don't have enough confidence in him to do that. Then we've got Zach Charbonnet, who with Kenneth Walker not expected to play, Zach Charbonnet should have a good matchup. And then the Jags, they have Brees Hall going up against them. They're the 5th best matchup. But then I've got my boom player is Aaron Jones this week going up against the Chicago Bears. He's got the 6th best matchup on the week. The Bears are obviously going to they're going to sell out to stop Sam Darnold, Jordan Addison, and Justin Jefferson in this passing game. So I think that leaves a lot for Aaron Jones this week. I also really like Rico Dowdle this week, but I think my boom running back is going to be Aaron Jones. At tight end, also a very nasty situation. We've got the best matchups are the Chiefs. The teams with the best matchup this week are the Chiefs, the Titans, the Texans, the Falcons, the Colts, and the Dolphins. So what you've got there is Travis Kelce, Chigga Okonkwo, Dalton Schultz, Kyle Pitts, Mo Alley Cox, and Jonnu Smith. After that, you've got the Jags taking on the Jets, but Tyler Conklin's not playing. You got Noah Fant taking on the Packers. You got Adam Troutman against the Colts. You got Grant Calcaterra against the Steelers. My boom tight end this week is I'm going to go with Jonnu Smith. He kind of had a down game last week. He did nothing in regulation. Ended up 3 for 44 with the touchdown in OT. But I think that he feasts this week up against the Houston Texans. Evan, you were going to say something?
Should I start Mike Boone or Carson Steele?
You should start looking at 2025. In Golf League? They have to. So the rules for Golf League is they have to log a stat, right?
Yeah.
Carson Steele. They give Carson Steele these BS little like between the 20s, like up the gut carries. So he'll get like 3 yards. And like that's it.
My.
Yeah. So that's a fun little. And maybe he'll fumble. I got to get on. What site is Golf League on?
Sleeper.
I have Sleeper, Evan. I should get in on Golf League next year. Golf League?
Yeah.
Golf League. Who runs it?
Maybe me. No, Shane. Shane runs it.
Oh, Shane runs it. Shane, let me into Golf League. I'm doing the Eric Andre. Let me into Golf League, Shane.
I'm going against the grain. I'm going to do Mike Boone or Carson Steele.
Oh wow, does Mike Boone even get? I don't even know what team Mike Boone is on.
Carson Steele has 2 weeks of zeros, so Mike Boone's on Carolina.
Mike Boone has 4 rush attempts all year.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna start Mike Boone now that I'm looking at it. But I'm not starting.
He hasn't played since week 3.
Desperately like scrolling to the middle of the shitty players lists and playing like, who the hell?
Oh, so looking like a lot of my dynasty rosters.
Maybe.
All right, I have my.
Okay. I should search by last week's stats.
I have my Waleed lineup entered. I've got quarterback Jared Goff pairing him with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I've got my running backs. This is when you got to swallow your pride. These are 2 guys I did not like coming into the year, but have come around. Rico Dowdle and Brian Robinson. My other wide receivers are Elijah Moore. I talked about that slot stuff. I've got Khalil Shakir on the comeback with the Lions Bills game. Then I've got going cheap at tight end. I'm going Noah Gray. And my flex, I've got Marvin Harrison Jr. and I've got the Bengals DST.
Wow.
So that's where I'm sitting now. I'm gonna tweak it a little bit, but that's my Waleed DraftKings lineup for the week. Do we have no questions? Here we go. Look at the chat, fool. Okay. Walker says Kenny McIntosh versus Travis Homer. Oh my God, Walker, what did you do to your team? Has Kenny McIntosh even done anything? So let's see. Kenny McIntosh last week with 7 for 38, 2 catches for 7 yards. I'd go Travis. This is real nasty, Walker. I'd go Travis Homer. The Bears need to they run through the running backs still. So I'd go Travis Homer.
By coincidence, I just started Travis Homer in Golf League.
Oh boy, maybe not Travis Homer. If Kevin,
There's nobody
if
else.
Evan's,
There's
if Evan's
nobody else.
starting Travis Homer in golf league, go with
You
Kenny
scroll through the
McIntosh.
list and it's like projected points 11, 10, 9.5. Everyone
Hmm.
scooped up all the guys.
I'm gonna actually go with Kenny McIntosh. He got catches last week. Travis Homer did nothing. Um, do you want to
Yes.
see? Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear something really cool?
Yes, but hold on. Walker, I am Goodell is my zaddy. Yes. Yes, I want to hear something really cool.
The drones over New Jersey going
Yeah.
on right now.
Yeah.
I forget who it was, but a sitting politician was like, "These drones sat in this formation for hours," and it was just a constellation of Orion. It's like, cool, man.
What the hell?
Our brains are toast. Our brains are very bad.
Our leaders are very, very bad.
We elect them, so that makes our brains collectively very bad.
I didn't vote, so don't blame me.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kang. Huh? Anybody? A 30-year-old Simpsons reference?
God, Simpsons is 35 years old.
Yeah, dude. Simpsons is almost as old as I am. Every year when I feel old, I'm like, Bart's older than I am.
Oh, that's
Bart
right.
Simpson, who was like 8 when the show started. I am now, I think, the age that Homer is supposed to be. What age is Homer supposed to be?
Oh, is that one
Homer
episode? But
is
it's exactly half the life expectancy of an American male, so it's like 36.1 or something.
yeah. Okay, so he is now officially 42 years old. Canonically, he's 42. He was originally 36. Then in the 8th season, he was turning 39. I think that's the episode you're talking about, Evan. Yeah, 34 in the early episodes, 35 by season 2, 36 in the season. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. All right, it's just you, me, and Walker.
Yeah, that's weird. Not only last week were there 60 people in the chat, Tony got most of the stuff right.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that is crazy that Tony got most of the stuff right. Boom.
Oh, Paul's got a question. Start Pacheco or James Cook full PPR?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I know that James Cook got sidelined last week. I wouldn't say sidelined. He got shunted off to the side in the huge game. And I know that Pacheco is taking more of the load, but the full PPR gives me has been leaning towards James Cook just because James Cook catches passes and Isaiah Pacheco doesn't. Also, I think that Kareem Hunt is going to be used enough to be annoying for Isaiah Pacheco. And so I would go with James Cook over Pacheco in this one, though both are probably top 24 plays.
All right. Devonta Smith or Ramondre Stevenson full PPR?
This is tough because Ramondre going up against the Cardinals and Devonta going up against the Steelers. I'm going to go with Ramondre. The Cardinals have been a good defense, but the Steelers have been a good defense all year. And we're going to get a squeaky wheel game out of A.J. Brown, I think, in this one. So with the Eagles not throwing so much lately, I think what that means is the limited amount of targets are going to tilt towards A.J. Brown instead of the pie growing. So I would go with Ramondre over Devonta Smith, although both are kind of like grimace and put them in your lineup sort of plays for me this week. I'm not enthusiastic about either.
All right. Shakir or Irving?
Shakir. Shakir has, I'm guessing this is PPR. Shakir has, he's going to be in the shootout game of the week. He's guaranteed volume every day. Every day the Bills play, he's guaranteed volume in what's proving to be a big game this week. And Bucky Irving is dealing with that back injury. He did leave after 3 touches last week. So I would stay away from Bucky Irving in this situation just to protect myself because I have a very strong alternative in Khalil Shakir.
You are welcome, Paul. Good luck to you too. Good luck.
Thanks, Paul.
and
Good
fever.
luck. Good luck to everybody, man. It's the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah.
It's why it's why we do this whole thing. That and to beat will lead.
Who got relegated in
And
First
FA
league.
experts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, Hunter. Hunter went from first to worst.
Hunter went first to worst?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hunter, what happened? Oh my God, that's crazy. First to worst for Hunter. Well,
Oh, and Eric's
he's
relegated.
Eric. Yeah, look at this. 1839. I have more points than this Jerry Judy Vendretti guy. Oh, that's not you.
Who he is.
That's not you. Oh my God. Drives me crazy, man. It's okay. Walker said that it's retribution for my BS because last year I made the playoffs with like the 11th most points and I won the league. So it's just offsetting
championships.
That's right, baby. Try having better matchups. Have you tried that? I would just like to say, by the way, I hope Joe in my home league, Joe Gruen, I'm officially calling you out on this platform. I hope you're watching because he said Brock Purdy having a bad game this week officially paves my way to the fantasy championship in our home dynasty league. I just need to say I was 12-2. And in one of those leagues, I didn't have was the Lions bye week was one of those losses, and I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, David Montgomery, and Brian Branch. And the other loss, I got Jamar Chase, and I lost by less than a point. So Brock Purdy didn't stop nothing, baby. This train is unstoppable. Toot toot. That's all. I would like to use my platform to officially talk trash to my league. That's all. My team's unstoppable, Evan. It's unstoppable. Okay. In fact, I'm better than the gods. Have you seen that quote, that thing, Evan?
No.
Oh, it's a. Hold on. It's like, sorry to everyone killed by their hubris. Rip to everyone killed by the gods for their hubris. But I'm different and better. Maybe even better than the gods. That's how I felt doing that shoot. But I mean, come on, man. He wants to talk. My quarterback 3 is Tua Tagovailoa. My starting wide receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Puka Nacua. Get out of here. I bench Mark Andrews every week because I have Trey McBride. Get out of here. My quarterbacks are Josh Allen and Kyler Murray. Get out of here. I had Bucky Irving on my practice squad until 2 weeks ago because I didn't need him. Get out of here. Get out of here, Joe Berg. Sorry, I just had to. I'm on bye in that league, so I had to get my my juice out somehow.
Get it out.
All right, let's go. We got more questions. Let's go, T-Bills. Geno Smith, Will Levis, or Kirk Cousins? 4 point per passing touchdown. Oh,
great matchups all around.
Boy, yeah, great matchups all around. Will Levis has the number 1 matchup on the week. Kirk Cousins has the Cousins has the number 7 matchup on the week. And Geno Smith and the Seahawks are playing up against the Packers. Whoo! Okay. I'm going to tell you there's probably not a good choice out of this bunch. Kirk Cousins, eight interceptions in his last 4 games, 0 touchdowns. Geno Smith, he doesn't have the juice this year. He's just kind of there. I would say, and then Will Levis is the ultimate chaos agent. So this is where what happened on Thursday comes into play. So if you started Cooper Kupp and you're in a big hole, if you started Deebo Samuel and you're in a big hole, Brock Purdy, if this is a 2 quarterback league, same with Matthew Stafford, you're going to have to swing for upside and go with Will Levis. If your opponent played one of those guys on Thursday, you're going to have to go with just get some points. Pitch and catch. Geno Smith is guaranteed some points. If you want to go chaos mode, you could go Kirk Cousins. I keep saying I think Kirk gets off the mat this week. He has a good matchup. The first time in the last 4 weeks he has a good matchup. He's very matchup dependent. The Raiders will not have Max Crosby in this one. So if you're looking for a guy that's kind of like high variance, but Will Levis makes you itchy, I would go with Kirk Cousins this week, honestly. It's a contrarian play. But no Max Crosby in this one for the Raiders. The Raiders were already allowing the 7th most fantasy points to quarterbacks over the last 5 weeks. And Kirk Cousins, when he's in a good matchup, could still eat. He's just had 4 straight bad matchups. I posted it on Blue Sky. Let me pull up the actual statistics for you about what his splits are in good and bad matchups. Let's see if the Blue Sky search feature works the same as Twitter. It does. All right. Kirk Cousins gets 3 team in the top half of fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks in your fantasy playoffs. Kirk against top 16 matchups, 5 games. 292 passing yards, 2.6 touchdowns, 0 picks, and 20.9 fantasy points per game. Kirk against bottom 16 matchups, 8 games. 241 passing yards, half a touchdown, 1.6 interceptions, and 8.2 fantasy points per game. So Kirk is coming up against a stretch of good matchups, and I know it takes big freaking brass balls to put him into your lineup. But out of those 3, I would say Will Levis is your chaos agent, Geno Smith is your floor play, and then Kirk Cousins is your like, hey, I don't know how this is going to work out. So it depends on your situation after Thursday Night Football.
All right. Pick 2 wide receivers and a flex out of these 5 players. Okay, so let me wait. Pick 2 wide receivers. Ridley, Higgins, Thielen, Jacoby Myers.
Pick how many of these? Pick
2 wide receivers. 2. Pick 2.
I would go with Calvin Ridley. And Calvin Ridley's the easy one because since they traded Nuke, they're running the entire passing game through Calvin Ridley. So he's an easy one. Good matchup this week. Jacoby Myers, I want to play because the Falcons have been getting torn apart against opposing wide receivers. The running backs are bad, but it is Desmond Mitter. So that does give me a brief bit of pause. T. Higgins, the Bengals are taking on. Why am I blanking on the Bengals? Hold on. I'm completely blanking on the Bengals. Oh, the Titans. Titans are a tougher pass defense. They're kind of neutral. You did see the situation where he only had 5 targets last week. I don't know if the Bengals get away from that, where Jamar Chase is getting a like 35 to 40% target share. And then Adam Thielen has been eaten the last couple weeks, but I think I'm still going to go Ridley and Higgins. I'm going to go with the talent here. Adam Thielen, I have trouble buying into Bryce Young right now. So, I think that the Panthers win. It's a great matchup. I think that Bryce Young's turned the corner, but you're asking me to, go with Joe Burrow's quarterback or Bryce Young's wide receiver. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow's. Okay. T-Bill said Ridley and Higgins were the ones in there. All right. Flex spot.
James Cook, Adam Thielen, or Jacoby Myers.
If it's full PPR, I'm flexing Thielen over James Cook.
It is full PPR.
Just because Thielen, I mean, it's a different question, Thielen versus James Cook. James Cook has lost a lot of his PPR intrigue lately. He's going to get a couple targets, but the upside there is a touchdown. The upside with Adam Thielen is, he is the entire passing game. We messed around with Jalen Coker. Xavier Legette isn't quite there yet. David Moore got 10 targets a few weeks ago, but I'm going to go with, out of these guys, James Cook is scary versus the Lions. I'm going to go with Ridley, T. Higgins, and Adam Thielen. Jacoby Myers, I don't know. Jacoby Myers is been in such a bad situation with Desmond Ridder that I can't trust him. I just can't trust him. Like, he's been good all year, but with the playoffs on the line, I'm going to go with keep pounding Jacoby Myers instead of regular Jacoby Myers. Keep pounding Jacoby Myers is Adam Thielen. We have a theory on the podcast, Evan, that every player every team has a corollary for Jacoby Myers. You just have to figure out who it is on each team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's like Jawan Jennings is Tech Bro Jacoby Myers. Lad McConkey's White Jacoby Myers. Adam Thielen is, I guess, also White Jacoby Myers, but he's Keep Pounding Jacoby Myers. What's Carolina barbecue? That's the one with the vinegar sauce, right? He's
It's the
vinegar
mustard
Jacoby
base.
Myers.
Mustard base.
Mustard base.
Yeah, that's
So
what's
he's
up.
mustard Jacoby Myers.
I do like
That's who
me
Adam
a
Thielen.
mustard-based barbecue sauce.
The 49ers kickoff is just the mustard clip from TV Off. If you're familiar with that, Evan.
With what?
With what? On the new Kendrick Lamar album, there's a drop where he just goes, mustard. And so that's the 49ers kickoff. Is just that. Carolina. What's awesome was a few years ago is my father-in-law got a new smoker and he tried like multiple different types of regional barbecue in his new smoker. So we went to his house and he had like all these different things that he had smoked. It's like chill out, Wendell.
I find that Carolina mustard-based barbecue sauce is the best for pulled pork sandwiches.
That makes sense.
Really blends it well.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I also do a Kansas City style traditional barbecue sauce, but I put in 1/4 of the sugar because I think barbecue sauce is too sweet. It should be savory.
It is too sweet. Speaking of barbecue sauce, I watched it last night, Evan. I watched the Kansas City Chiefs Hallmark movie.
Oh my god!
It was interesting. They had George Karlaftis was in it, Trey Smith was in it, Trent Green was in it.
Kelsey in it because he's in everything.
No, his mom was though. Donna Kelsey was in it.
Okay.
Andy Reid was in it. Mecole Hardman was in it, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire was in it. And I was like, huh.
Which bachelor did she choose to give the rose ceremony to?
That's not how this works, Evan.
I don't know how any of this works.
Okay, every Hallmark story, except for this one, Hot Frosty. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go on a jag here. So we watch Hallmark movies every year. Hallmark movies are supposed to be low budget, low quality, really bad. This Chiefs one was weird because it had people that we know, like that are actual people in it. Like it had Ed Begley Jr. It had the mom from Grounded for Life. It had who else did it have in it? It had other people. I'm completely blanking. But Hallmark movies are supposed to be about like woman is pursuing her passion, finds out that her passion is falling in love with this man instead. Christmas is there, everybody's happy. That's what it's supposed to be. And I don't know about this Hot Frosty nonsense. That doesn't fit into the genre for me, at least. But yeah, the Chiefs one was interesting. I guess Joey King, who's a quote unquote real actress, her sister is like the new Hallmark girl or woman, because we watched another Hallmark movie this year that also starred her. She runs a Chiefs fan store with her family, and like they have this like crazy good like Chiefs story where like the elders of the family, the grandma and grandpa, met at a Chiefs game as kids in the old stadium, and then they sat together forever, and then like the whole family exists because of the Chiefs, blah 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 blah. And then they win a Chiefs fan contest because of this magic hat. And it turns out the magic was in them all along. And guess who gave them the hat to begin with? And maybe it actually was magic. It was Santa. And then right before the game starts, Santa gives them the hat back because they lost it. So
That
very
sounds
dumb.
really stupid.
Yeah, dude, it's a Hallmark movie. These aren't good, Evan. You have to take the idea of a good movie out of your mind when you watch these Hallmark movies. They're the equivalent. They're the equivalent of that horror schlock that you like to watch.
My favorite was I don't know if they still do, but they would show Golden Girls episodes on Hallmark, and so of course I'm watching Golden Girls, and I'd tune in early, and I'd see the end of some Hallmark movie where some white blonde girl is in a wedding to some tall, dark, and handsome guy, and then it
Yeah,
cuts immediately to jokes about Blanche taking him in the butt, and I'm like, yeah, that's the contrast
yeah,
I need.
yeah. Well, Hallmark movies, they're indistinguishable from each other. They're just completely. My wife will be like, "I think we watch this one." I'll be like, "I don't know, man." The only ones that I know that are different is there's one where the lady is obsessed with taking pictures of snowflakes, and she's trying to get a 12-sided snowflake. And then the other one
Does she have
is
like
the
OCD or
Chiefs
something?
one. No, it's so there's apparently 36 different types of snowflakes, and she's captured photos of 35 of them this season. But the 12-sided one is the rarest and the rarest iteration of a snowflake. And this guy offered all kinds of money to rehab the community center where she works and is her passion if she gets the 36th picture, and then he can have a whole collection.
This wasn't a real
So that,
movie. You're making this up.
huh?
You're making this
No, it
up.
was. It was. And then you know what's crazier is some woman's like, well, I want the money. And she tries to go get the photo of the 36 snowflake for nefarious reasons. 12-sided snowflake Hallmark
Not
movie.
real.
It's called Falling Like Snowflakes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It stars Rebecca Dalton and Marcus Rosner. And what's got me messed up is they have the same actors and actresses in all these movies. And like I wasn't really watching it. My wife just had these on, and then that one was on, and then a different movie starring her was on, and I was like, wait, hold on. I'm really like I was like, wait, is this the same movie? Why is she different? What is going on? But yeah, that's a real movie, Evan. It's called Falling Like Snowflakes. It's a new one to this year.
You made that with AI.
They probably did. If we're being honest with you. Oh, also in like half these movies, there's an older white man with a white beard, and you're like, is it Santa? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Who knows?
It's 3 stars on IMDb.
What? I saw
made
6
You
stars.
made this page fake, and you gave it 4,300 reviews. Just to trick me right now.
I see 6 stars on IMDb.
6 out of 10.
Yeah. What were you saying? The mean review is 25 or is 6 stars with 25%. But it's more 5 or 10 stars than 4 or below. 6.0 unweighted mean. Damn, the UK does not like this movie. The UK it's 5.4.
They don't
Can't-
celebrate Christmas there.
Netherlands it's 5.1. What a weird set of countries to have on this selector on IMDb. US, Canada, UK, Australia, fine. English speaking countries makes sense. There's not going to be a language barrier, nothing like that. But then the Netherlands.
The first review just rants about how fake the snowstorm looked.
Oh, it really was. That's the fun part about these movies too, is they're shot in like June or July. And so everybody's like all bundled up, and you don't see a single person's breath, and you can tell that they're miserable because it's 100 degrees or whatever. And then they overlay the fakest snow you've ever seen in your life.
I hate that Hallmark never explains any financial aspects, one user says.
What financial aspects are there?
She left thousands of dollars to photograph equipment behind somewhere. Also, who did the proceeds of the auction go to? The community center or Tegan?
They go to the community center. That's very clear. That's very clear. That person's just not watching the movie. The community center, the rich guy offered the funds to renovate the community center because they need heat. They need all this stuff. Speaking of renovation, did you know that the Browns allowed the most yards per route run to the slot this year? I don't know. I feel like we're talking about Hallmark more than football.
The Browns are going to beat the Chiefs today. Looking at this review here, it says it's just not that good, but they give it 1 out of 10.
That person doesn't understand Hallmark movies.
Yeah, they're not that good.
That's the point. You know, they're trying to get. It's like one of the things that bugs me so much is people these days are like, oh, the Minecraft movie looks terrible. Like, I wouldn't want to go see this. Good. It's for babies. It's not for you. It's for babies. That's like people are getting all huffy about Skeleton Crew, the new Star Wars show, and it's like that's Goonies in space. It's for babies. It's not for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Browns are beating the Chiefs.
oh, Evan says no.
T-Bill
Evan
says
says no to T-Bills.
T-Bills, who's a Chiefs fan, even though they have the word Bills in their name. Suspect. Doubt.
Loves the Chiefs. T-Bills loves the Chiefs. Huge Patrick Mahomes fan, this guy. Oh,
It's like,
by the way, the most unrealistic part about the Chiefs Hallmark movie was that the crux of the whole thing was that if they lost the Christmas Day game, they weren't going to make the playoffs. I was like, did they know that this team was going to be 12-1? I don't think they knew that.
huh. We can only hope. Sorry, T-Bills fan. I guess everybody here is just really confident in their fantasy football starts or something, because it's a rare slow week.
It is a rare slow week.
That's fine. I had my kid's birthday party yesterday, so I'm dragging it.
Dragging.
I didn't even unpack the car last night.
My mom's just watching. Hi, Mom. She texted me Hallmark movies? Question mark. Yes, Hallmark movies. Hallmark movies, Mom.
Does your mom have a fantasy football team?
No, but my mom has YouTube.
Okay.
Let's see, man. All right, here. Starter sit from my brother-in-law. Man, I am torn. Should I put Kamara in now that Carr is out? I'm assuming they're going to run more and then take out Flowers because he's projected to bust and he's very hit or miss receiver given their run game. Should I keep Flowers in and bench Williams for Kamara? So he's asking, who should he flex? He needs to start one wide receiver and one flex out of Jamison Williams, Zay Flowers, and Alvin Kamara. I would go with Alvin Kamara over Zay Flowers.
If Ladd is out, would you start Amari Cooper, Bucky Irving, Sincere McCormick, or Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Well, that's okay. So those are all going to be playing at the same time. I would probably start if Ladd is out. If those are my options, I'm probably going to go Amari if it's full PPR. I would rank him Amari. Probably Amari, Bucky, Marvin Harrison, and Sincere McCormick taking up the strong rear.
The Dolphins are down 3 offensive tackles. I'm still not going to start the Texans defense.
AK Magic is insisting. AK is insisting that they're going to lose. That Tua is going to get the snot kicked out of him. I think that it's going to be a big Jonnu game. But also the Texans have been low-key not that great. So I still think the Dolphins win, but this is to caution against starting Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, dude, T-Bill's unhealthy obsession with Priest Holmes versus Sean Alexander. That's speaking my language. That's what back when I started playing. Back when it was LT was just like a cheat code. It was like having a second quarterback.
Yeah. LT's rookie year was my first year.
Oh man. Let me see. My first year was 2004. Let's see if I can find. You know what? I changed my username. I can't go that far back because those leagues are private, so I'm technically locked out of them.
I've been in the same league ever since then, and this was the first year I got to 10 wins.
Hey,
I'm still at the number 3 seed though. So
that sucks.
I'll just
all right.
this team.
I can't go all the way back to 2004 when I started, but here was my team in 2006. You ready for this?
Yeah.
In the final or in the last week of the season, I played Alex Smith, who I think got hurt. Matt Hasselbeck. That's right. I started in a 2-quarterback league.
Wow.
You know what? I punted this week 16 because nobody was playing. I think I picked up a bunch of random guys. Let's look at my draft results for that year.
God,
Let's look quick
16-week
by
seasons. I
team.
forgot.
Yeah.
No
So my
buys.
team that year, I drafted Sean Alexander, Brian Westbrook, Anquan Bolden, Chris Chambers, Matt Hasselbeck, Warwick Dunn, Aaron Brooks, Dion Branch, Cincinnati in the 9th round. Let's go, baby. TJ Hushmanzada, Chester Taylor, LJ Smith, who I don't remember. He's a tight end. D'Angelo Williams, Sam Godot. The Chiefs got to back up your 9th round defense. Charlie Fry and Lawrence Tynes. So that's 2 kickers, baby. 2 kickers, 2. Oh, no, Sam Godot is a running back. Who was I thinking of that was a kicker? Yeah. Real stinky doo-doo team there.
My favorite memory from that time was networks on the internet were desperately trying to catch on to the fantasy football craze, but they had no idea what fantasy football was. So they'd be like, halftime, we got a fantasy football update. And the announcer would be like, my fantasy football player of the day is LaDainian Tomlinson. He's going to do great. And I'm like, that doesn't help anybody at all.
Yeah. Cool, man. Thanks.
I think Brandon Funston had a weekly article called Bench This Stud. And like he would tell you which stud was, which is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
I think they canned it after week 2 when he said bench Priest Holmes this week. Priest Holmes had like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
In case
here
you're
we go.
wondering where Don't Sit Your Studs came from, that's where it came from.
Here what seems to be my first good fantasy football team. I got 4th place in this league. Oh my god. Sean Hill, Dan Orlovsky. As my starting quarterbacks in this league. I benched. No, this can't be right. I can't say that I benched Eli Manning for Dan Orlovsky. This can't be right in the fantasy finals. No. I didn't do that. Sean Hill, Eli Manning, Eddie Royal, Brandon Marshall, Devon Bess, Musin Muhammad. These are my wide receivers. Joseph Adai, Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs had 47 fantasy points. Oh, this is in that chaos setting. This is the first year of the chaos setting. This was the league that I talked about where everything was out of control. Who are my DS? Huh?
How so?
Rushing touchdowns are worth 10 points. Passing touchdowns are worth 8 points. Receiving yards were 1 point per every 5. I'm sorry. Receiving yards were 1 point per every 10 yards, but it was 1.5 PPR. Rushing yards are 1 point for every 5 points rushing. Interceptions are -2. Fumbles lost are -4. And then the DST scoring doesn't mean anything to anybody because there's no like standard for DST. But it was like 2 points per tackle, 1.5 points per assisted tackle, 6 points per sack. I think it's 4 points per interception and 2 points per pass defended. I think that's what it is. But it's 2 points per pass defended, yeah. But I'm the commissioner in that league now. That's the one we converted to Dynasty, and so I normalized the scoring. It's not chaos anymore.
Any questions in the chat, y'all? I'm yawning. This is a pleasantly down week, I guess. It's been madness the last 2 weeks.
I know. Most everybody's out of it. Here's the first year I won in my home league. Russell Wilson, Antonio Brown, John Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Devonta Freeman, Carlos Williams, Delaney Walker, Jarvis Landry, Denard Robinson. Oh, this is Tim Hightower. This is when Tim Hightower went off. Matthew Stafford, Mike Gillisley. Oh man, these are some guys. Navarro Bowman was my linebacker. Let's go, baby. Oh man.
League a long time.
Well, this was 2000. Yeah, this was 2015.
Oh.
Yeah. So, oh man, Carlos Williams with a K. Forgot about him.
He was a kicker, wasn't he?
No, here's a running back.
Oh, I forgot about him.
You're thrown off because of the K. You're like, oh, everybody whose name starts with the K must be a kicker.
Everybody's name rhymes with Icker.
Icker. Icker the kicker. Dude, today's games are out of control. Like they got all doo-doo games at the 10 o'clock.
Baltimore
then they've got
Giants is gonna be fired, yo.
That's gonna be a doo-doo game. Um, sorry, I was reading something. 10 a.m. games are gonna be doo-doo. 1 o'clock games are gonna be absolute monstrously good, like out of control good. I'm so excited for the afternoon slate
I'm
today.
sad I have to work at 2.
Huh?
I have to work at 2, and I'm sad.
Aren't you a teacher?
Yeah, I'm
What?
tutoring.
Oh, you're tutoring?
Yeah.
What you should do is you should move it so you're fortering, and that way you can watch more of the games.
But then I'm
I assume
tired.
I assume tutoring is teaching at 2
It
o'clock.
is. That's exactly what it
Yeah,
is. And you have to
yeah.
teach tutors, people in the tutor family only.
Mm. Packers Seahawks Thursday Sunday night football, and then Monday night football. Garbage. Bears are gonna get blown out. Raiders are gonna get blown out.
Aren't the Raiders playing the Falcons?
Yeah,
There's no winner there. There's no winner.
yeah, that's okay. They put it on at the same time as another Monday night football game, so we didn't have to deal with it.
Why do they do that?
Money.
They dilute,
They have
but is it really? You're diluting your product.
the thing is that they're not really diluting the product because these games are going to be played no matter what, and they can either make another island game, which they'll get everybody will watch because everybody's a sicko, or they'll just jam them into a 10 a.m. window that nobody's going to watch. You know, it'll be the entire country watches, or it'll get crammed into the Las Vegas market and the Atlanta market. Because the thing with football is it's almost impossible to water down the product because it's not fungible. Everybody watches every football game. Like the only game that nobody watched was that I think it was Cardinals Chargers game that was on ESPN Plus because nobody could figure it out. Like that was the only game that nobody watched. Everybody watched a Tuesday afternoon game during COVID. Everybody watched the Black Friday game. Like it's not fungible. It's so weird. It doesn't dilute the product. It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't. It's because there's such a high demand for football.
The Chiefs have
You
played
know,
3 games in 11 days.
yeah, good for them. They should lose all three.
The Ravens play Saturday and a Wednesday.
Yeah, so they've got Saturday games this week, and then they have next week, or this week being the 16th. So they have Steelers, Ravens, and Texans, Chiefs on Saturday, December 21st, and then on Christmas, yeah, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Texans. So,
Well, you, your parents said he better be cool with us having the game on Christmas because it's the Ravens.
yeah. Oh my God, Week 17 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flex games. That's interesting.
There's a lot of places to flex it.
Yeah, well, Week 17 has 3, 4, 5 scheduled AM games, 1 scheduled afternoon game, Sunday night, Monday night football, then 2 games on Saturday, and then the Thursday game. But yeah, there's just a handful of games that maybe on. Oh, some of these are going to get flexed to Saturday. Interesting. I hate the NFL.
It's how you plan a schedule.
Yeah. Luckily, one of the few games that aren't going to be flexed is the 49 the last 49ers home game of the year. So Lions Niners. Lions are going to beat the snot out of the Niners.
Don't say that. They'll do all right.
No, they won't.
They've got a great starting quarterback. Isaac
Uh,
Orlando.
how did that work on Thursday? In the rain. And then I was in the rain. I drove 2 hours to sit in the rain to watch that doo-doo game. That doo-doo game that everybody was like, ugh, I'm just turning this off. I couldn't turn it off. It was my reality. It was my lived experience to be at that doo-doo game in the rain.
My sons had a concert, and I was like, damn it, I have to miss Thursday night football. And then I remember sitting at the concert listening to a bunch of 12-year-olds play off note songs, and I was like, this is probably better than that game still. I'm
Yeah,
probably enjoying
probably.
myself more than if I were watching that game.
What do your kids play?
Trumpet and cello.
Cello.
Yep.
Wow, we only had air wind instruments and the drums at my elementary school. We didn't have a
Yeah.
cello.
We had two instruments, trumpet and trombone.
Oh boy, we at least had we had clarinet, sax, trumpet. I think that was it. Clarinet, sax, and trumpet. Flute. Clarinet, sax, trumpet, flute, and then drums.
Huh. I
Yeah,
wonder if there's lobbying in the woodwind
uh,
industry.
it's from the woodwind industry. What did you play? Tuba or trombone?
Trombone.
Notice
I,
I said tuba, not trumpet.
I got long arms.
Got the long arm.
Yeah.
What was wild? So in fourth grade, we did the recorder, and based on your aptitude with the recorder, that's how you got, you got your choice of instruments. And there was very few saxophones. So the people who were really good at recorder got the saxophone, and the people that weren't good got the clarinet because we had like 12 clarinets and 4 saxophones. But the clarinet is infinitely harder than the saxophone. Like I played the sax and it was basically just a giant recorder. Like obviously more complicated than that, but it was just basically the same fingering and all that stuff. All right,
Oh,
we got
yeah.
Herbert. We got a question in the
Oh, my
chat. Herbert
God.
or Murray this week? Finally, a question in the chat. I'm going with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has the 6th best matchup this week. Justin Herbert might be without Lad McConkey. The Buccaneers are a matchup that you can defeat, but I think that this is going to be a game where the Chargers just kind of slow it down. I would go Kyler Murray in this one, going up against the Patriots. Though both are great plays this week. I think Kyler and Herbert are both good plays.
Same. Good luck.
Walker has Justin Herbert at 6th and Kyler Murray at 10th. So Walker disagrees with me. So
That's low. That's like borderline industry low on Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray has been not excitingly good lately. Like over the last few weeks, Kyler Murray's been not great. The one league I have him, he hasn't left my lineup because it's a 2-quarterback league. But recently, 19.96 last week, 16 the week before, 11 the week before. I think people are still scarred from this 11 and this 3 against the Bills. But he's been good. He just hasn't been otherworldly, is what it is.
I think everyone's too low on Jared Goff.
What's that?
I think everyone's too low on Jared Goff.
Jared Goof?
Yeah, that's got like an 80-point over-under or something.
Well, it will be 80 points. I think it's 53 or something. But yeah, I'm not too low on Jared Goff. He's in my my lead DraftKings lineup. Ramondre Waddle. Levin says Ramondre.
Love you in the Discord.
Ramondre Waddle or Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison by a wide margin,
Jordan
the widest margin possible. Yeah, Jordan Addison is like a top 10 receiver over the last 2 months. Yeah, I would go Jordan Addison in this one, and then I would go Jalen Waddle would probably be second, Ramondre third, but Addison's a smash start for me. And Bubble Tape says Jared Goof, and then laughing. I've earned the Jared Goof stripes from being an NFC West fan. I've watched that man go Jared Goof mode so many times. There's Jared Goff, and then there's Jared Goof. And he's a completely different player, Jared Goof is. They inhabit the same body, but they're completely different players.
Is that a known medical condition?
Yes, it's called goofitis, goofaroonies. He's got a case of the goofaroonies.
Scientific term, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Science.
I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting in my general vicinity that I haven't shown off yet, but I don't think so. I've run out of interesting things. There's this Shaquille O'Neal Netrageous card that my sister and I found when we were kids in a box that is going on eBay for $150, but I found a crease in it. So despite it being in plastic since like 1996. Let's see. 1997. I don't know. There's a crease at the bottom here. So that sucks. It's been in this plastic container for almost 30 years and it's still got a crease in it. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. My sister and I were like, oh, it's going to be worth so much money. You know how kids, they do that. They're like, it's going to be worth like $1 million because kids don't understand how all of this works. So that one we set aside and got this hard case for it. But nope, it's no good.
So I have a
Got crease in
question.
it. Yeah.
Detroit's been totally ballooning ticket prices for season ticket holders. Your Niners went to the Super Bowl last year. Did you see a noticeable increase in your season tickets this year?
Define ballooning.
It's like some tickets are double the price they were last year in the
Ours
primary market, not the secondary.
ours went up 20%, $100 to $120 per game for the tickets. But I'm also in the nosebleeds. I don't know if the lower bowl folks saw a bigger decrease or a bigger increase. But yeah, they went up by I think 20% from 100 to $120.
60 seconds till close down. Get your last second questions in. Good luck to you too, AK. Good luck, everyone.
Good
God
luck
bless
to
us, everyone.
everybody. God bless us all, except for those playing against me in my fantasy
They
matchups.
can die. Fire.
God bless everyone. So I think that'll do it. If you get your question in here, you're not going to be able to set your lineup at this point. So
That's true.
good luck, everybody. We will be back next weekend, next Sunday. There are going to be Saturday games, but bring your questions for the Sundays because there's still a lot of questions to be answered. So
We'll have a
if
lot
we
more
make this,
specific answers because we'll know the bigger picture of your team's outlook.
yeah, it's more when you get to these late in season things where it's a lot determines what's already happened, or a lot is determined by what's already happened. The extra clarity will make ordinal ranking a little bit more difficult to follow. So I'm vamping because I want this to get to 69 minutes, but we're already at 10 o'clock. So
All right.
good luck, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.